Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Heroes of the Storm. Today I will be showing you a Siege Tank max range assassin build. I know the Siege Tank is not built as an assassin, but this particular variation of the tank is very good at taking out targets at a large distance. You've got massive damage, you've got a huge range, and we're gonna sort of emphasize those two things as well as being able to blow up enemy heroes. So with the first tier ability, we're going to pick up the advanced artillery, which gives us increased damage to distant enemies. So the enemies that are further away from us, they're going to take 10% more damage, and we're going to be focusing on trying to keep the tanks in front and then just picking people off who are at that far distance. Starting off with a little bit of engagement, we actually forced them back, although they did a decent job of dealing some damage to the barbarian. Overall, that was good. I want her to be actually in front of me. We're gonna put the mines behind us. That basically allows us to, oh shoot, we're gonna have to back up here. Maybe not, she's got some nice healing. That allows us to, if someone comes up on us, to prevent them from being able to easily chase, we can we slow them up. The mines will slow up the enemy players, basically. That's the idea. And one big thing with the tank, the more and more I've played her, I've realized that you just really need to know when to siege and when to unsiege is actually very important. Because sometimes you want to unsiege to chase people, or sometimes you want to unsiege, you know, because you're in a vulnerable position. So I'm gonna stay here for this, though. That is amazing. We're doing very, very well here to start, to say the least. Alright, I'm gonna actually go up. Now we'll stay, we want to stay by our mines for the slow. Alright, so it's nighttime, so that means it's time to start taking the seeds. This is the new map, the seed map. And the idea is that we're gonna gather these seeds and use them to get a plant for our team, basically. And we're gonna get 1 or 2 kills here. Looks like we're gonna get 2. This is good. It's going all right. It's going all right for us here. Do some damage. The reason I'm sieging up here is just because we get the splash damage. All right, for the second tier, we're gonna pick up the shells, which will increase our range by 1. So our the basic attack range for us is gonna be upped a little bit. I don't want to go for the big thing when we don't have people here, so I don't know if we can get. Okay, the barbarian's coming. I'm gonna get into a good spot so that if people come, I will hit at a decent distance. I actually even consider sitting in these bushes right here, but that also makes me vulnerable if multiple people come up. So this way we at least have some protection for our heroes. She's getting the vision there. We're gonna just do a bunch of damage, and you know, the enemy team will be smart. They will sit out of your range, and that's why I see a lot of tanks that just sit in siege even when other players are out of your attack range. That's just silly. It does you no good, and it's always best to stay mobile as much as possible. I'm gonna go over here to defend a little bit since they took advantage of the time that we were getting those seeds to push, but we actually just right now stopped them from really doing much of anything with that. And I'm gonna go top because I think we're gonna have a bit of a team fight. I'm gonna use my boost. A lot of times I'll save that to escape, but since this is a pretty big important moment coming up here, and I know that they see me, so I need to be aware of that and just try to stay back. And alright, so here we go. We're gonna move up on the fight now, and he's gonna try to chase. So we're gonna force him back. I'm gonna get. Oh, I thought I was gonna get hit by that stun, but it looks like I didn't. I'll try to stay away from Jimmy Boy here. Again, stay mobile, always be willing to bounce around. I mean, our team's doing very, very well here. That's too bad. I shouldn't have done my boost there. I have to be careful. I'm actually gonna pop up here and push a little bit top, put a little bit of pressure here. Maybe I want to do that right over here instead. For the next tier talent, we're gonna go pick up the ability to move while in siege mode. This allows us to creep. And this is really the mechanic that's going to be very good for, oh snap. This is the mechanic that's going to be very good for later in the game when we get our huge range. We'll be able to, oh no, it's not a good position for me. Whew, I'm going to go over here because I'm pretty vulnerable right now being this low. Later on we're going to get graduating range, which means the longer that we're in siege mode, we got like all the seeds there by the way. it's going to mean the longer we're in siege mode, the further our range is. And with the little creep, like a stutter step mechanic, we'll be very effective at picking off heroes as they try to retreat, basically. I'm gonna go a little bit of defensive mode here now, and try to stop them from pushing at all. I'm gonna want to start to get merc camp soon, so if we can do that, that'd be great. I'd like to get both the hard and the easy one. I'm gonna sit in this position so I can cover both. So we're gonna easily grab this, and then we're gonna grab this next one as well. And I've got a bit of coverage for the entire team here, so. I'm gonna put I always put the mines, whenever they're off cooldown, I always put mines at my feet. So again, if someone jumps on you, because this is a very strong hero, but her biggest vulnerability is that she can be very immobile. She's got the slowest base movement speed. You don't have a mount, you just have that burst, which the burst is very good at helping you get away, but it's still can be pretty scary. So you always having the slow from your mines is it's a very good defensive measure, basically. All right, I'm gonna push this siege camp here. We've got people taking the merc camps. We took the merc camp there. The enemy team is just really on their back foot right now. Our ultimate of choice, I really don't like the blunt force gun. It's decent, but this cooldown is so low on Napalm Strike as opposed to the 80-second cooldown. This is a 6-second cooldown, and it's got moderate damage. I think it's just so much more useful than the other ultimate, so that's why I decided to go with that over the other one, which is like just a giant missile, whereas this just puts some damage on the ground, and again, I just find it a lot more useful. So while the enemy team is heavily distracted, we're doing a really big push here, which is good. I'm gonna go help her out. And that's what I'm talking about, like the Napalm Strike there. Perfect, use it to get a little bit of extra damage, finish someone off, and then go about our merry day here. I mean, what a great game, huh? So far, this has been just an absolute fantastic match. Really digging my team, they're doing excellent too. We're just gonna stay out of siege right now. We're gonna want to move the second that thing drops anyway. So the other thing about the Napalm Strike that's really good at helping push these camps, push these minion camps or whatever. Actually, that's too vulnerable of a spot for me. I'll go top lane with these guys. When there are 3 of them mid, I don't want to be pushing with that, so I'm just gonna go top and help the night camp push a little bit. We should be able to take this out. We should nearly be able to take this out before the enemy team even has a response. So. Napalm Strike on that, and the enemy team will be coming up in just one moment. For the next tier ability, 13, we're going to pick up Giant Killer. This is where the sort of assassin-y aspect comes into play. Once we get Giant Killer, each one of our hits are taking off 1.5% of the enemy player's health. It's kind of crazy, especially against tanks. Every one of our hits not only does the massive damage that it does, but it takes off a percentage of their health on top of that. I mean, it makes us... Like, my hero damage in a lot of games is the top, even though I'm not an assassin. A lot of games I will have top hero and top siege damage. It's a bit insane. We just saw the ultimate there. Oh, shoot. Time to peace out. I'm going to drop those mines. It's going to slow up anyone chasing me. And very, very close. I almost ended up dying. Unfortunately, we did have 2 teammates die. I still need to be careful because they've got some long-range distance sort of things. Because they have a Tyrande. Her little eagle thing can actually do some pretty massive damage. So you have to be very careful for that. She can snipe you from across the map when she sends out that little bird. It's something to keep in mind. So we've got a ton of seeds. We can push with our thing. We can push with our planet at any given time. It's going to use up 100 seeds. Obviously, as you can see, my team is saving up the seeds. I have not played a ton of this map, but it seems like it could be a decent tactic to save up your seeds and then just do like multiple swings in a row. Oh, we just had someone pop it. So I don't know. Maybe that's not what's happening. But that's the other thing too. When you're playing with a bunch of randoms, you never know if someone's just going to do it, right? So, yeah. Anyways, all right, so we're gonna do this just to get this merc camp down so that our minions can push, and we've got our big dude pushing down here at the bottom lane. So it looks like this is what we're going for. Now the entire enemy team is up, so we do have to be aware of that fact. and careful. Whenever I see an enemy player trying to defend like this, I always go for them. The only time I'll ever focus the siege instead of them down, because if you focus them down, it's going to push them back. Whereas if you focus the siege, they can start dealing damage to your, your big plant monster or your dragon knight, depending on the map that you're on. But if you focus them, they're gonna move back because they'll be continuously taking damage, and then your minions and your other heroes, they can all feel free to push. So instead of sitting at max distance and attacking this, I'm gonna creep forward and push them back. In fact, sometimes I'll just abut this. I'll sit right up next to it and keep the enemy team back as far as possible, as long as someone else is taking the hits. So look at this. You see how effective this is? The enemy team is staying back now because they don't want to get hit from my max range. So, all right. And the same thing's gonna happen here. Oh no, we don't have any minion camps here. I'll sit here for a second. They've got everyone up though. There's 2 people, so there's 1 person on their team in the mid, and there's 1 person on top. So I'm actually, knowing that, taking a look at the mini-map, I feel comfortable. In fact, there's 2 people mid, so there's only 2 people here to defend. So I will sit here and continue to push with that in mind. And now we've got a strong push going mid too. All right, I'm gonna go mid with the rest of the team here. Looks like they decided to leave, so it's time for me to back up too. It's too dangerous for me to sit there by myself. They would have just come back and picked me off. All right, for the next tier, this is the max distance portion of the build, graduating range. As we're in siege mode, the longer we're in siege mode, the larger our range becomes until we get an extra, a max up to 5 extra range. It is crazy. That, with your increased damage at range, with your increased damage to enemy players through Giant Killer, and your maximum range, it's almost impossible for people to escape, basically. It's hilarious. When you're in like a team battle position, a lot of times you will just chase people down, and it's kind of crazy. So we're going to be going for a strong push mid here. In fact, this might be the game winner. Quite possible. So we're going to start sieging up now so that our range will start. I'm going to sit still just to show you our range is going to keep ticking up. We'll get an extra range every couple of seconds. Kill her, and now I'm going to focus on the team the enemy teams, the team players that are far away. I like to keep creeping forward. Oh no, looks like we're getting pushed back. All right. That ultimate, man. I don't think we have to completely retreat here. So I'm going to get back in it. And we're going to start picking people off slowly. Dropping those. Back into siege mode. There we go. Let's get out of here real quick. And they've got everyone up though, so we should probably retreat and take merc camps.
We ought to capture this mercenary camp.
At least, let's just get this one real quick. Then we'll retreat. The other one might be a little too dangerous because they're going to be here any second. Get Jimmy boy. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's get this one. Yes, no. Yeah, let's do this. Perfect. Yeah, man, awesome. We didn't end up winning that mid push like I predicted because they had a good team fight, but this game's been going very well for us. Although, hilariously enough, they're still even in level. I feel like we've just been dominating. You know what I mean? So look at my hero damage, 28,000. That is the highest on the team. I am not an assassin. And that's the highest in the game even right now. That's what I'm talking about. This hero has just got crazy damage. It's awesome. I need to be careful. That hunter killer does a lot of damage. I might get someone sneaking up behind me. If we don't, okay, didn't end up taking that out, unfortunately. We've got a Merc push going bottom. I don't know what we want to do here, honestly. They only have one dead right now, so we do want to be careful. Whoopsie. It looks like we're going to go for a push. All right, here we go. Gonna siege up. And remember what I talked about earlier. I will be primarily focusing on keeping the enemy team at bay. Oh my gosh. I just have to sit out and get out of those ultimates, though. That's the thing. I'm gonna siege up right now. Come on. No! I need to get out of here. Oh, Tyrande almost just killed me. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Tyrande was... Oh, he's going for the kill. All right. Tyrande was very, very close to killing me there. That was ridiculous. Oh no, he doesn't have it? Shoot. Ah, yes, good job. That is awesome. All right, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna grab the seeds here. I'm not gonna use my boost yet because I'm gonna want to use it to escape. So, but I'm gonna grab these seeds, and then I'm gonna go for probably this, the other seeds that are right next to me. All right, let's see. We've got enemy Tyrande right next to us, so we have to be careful for that. I'm gonna take these guys real quick. And then we might be going for the giant. Yeah, we are. Alright. I'm gonna go a little bit closer so that if the enemy team comes, I can help her out a bit. Getting rooted really sucks, but whatever. And then we're gonna go with the creeping. Oh. If she had given me vision, I might have been able to actually finish her off there. Alright, so we're going to get this. They've got a few people mid, which we have to be careful for. They might walk back any second now. And come to get us. Alright. So we have enough for another push at the moment. This is a strange map. I feel like if we were on any other map, we probably just would have won so far. I mean, maybe it's just been from my perspective. Obviously, my teammates have been dying a little bit, but I think the reason they're so close, even though we've been dominating in kills, is simply because we've been staying as a group, and when they spread out a little bit, I'm gonna die here. No, wow. I'm gonna siege up and go for this. Now I'm dead. Alright. Yeah, we almost got it. That was almost a full game with no deaths, anywho. But let's take a look again. We're not top right now, Nuzebo's ahead, but look at how crazy our damage is. As a non-assassin, I just think it's a bit absurd. She might even... I don't want to call her to the point of overpowered, because the truth is, oh, they're pushing right now. They might turn this around and win. They're ahead in levels right now. This is crazy. Maybe I'm insane, but I had thought this game was going very well for us, but they're turning it around. And they're not going to win right this second, but this is obviously a very strong push for them. And they're going to be at our core. They might even get the top lane, too. We got a couple of people resing in a few seconds. Kind of hilarious, actually. They won that, I think the past 2 team fights they did very well in, so... gosh. Are they going to straight up win right here? We're going to pick up Fury of the Storm here. This will make our basic attacks bounce, hit multiple targets for 50% of the damage. They got our thing down quite a bit. We got a couple kills there. And we're going to go for Tychus now. Hopefully someone's on their mount. You're not on your mount? Please get on your mount. We're going to get in front of them and drop... Ah! Because I want to drop my mines to slow him down. I'm not gonna... We need... Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious. He's gonna get away. Maybe anyways. Alright, whatever.
Well
We ought
done.
to capture
The
this
terror shall
mercenary
uproot
king.
your enemy's force.
Okay, we've got the mercs just disappeared. We picked it up, and I guess we're gonna go for a push mid. So let's see if we can make this the push. Are we gonna bother defending against this? I'll throw something at it. And then I'll go with the everyone else here. I don't know about this. If we don't have our minions coming too, this isn't that great. So I don't know that he should just be pushing like he is. I'm gonna help him out a little bit, but this is not like an ideal circumstance. I'm gonna sit here, get that. I don't want to sit in this too much. Took a bit too much damage. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, my predictions of victory are obviously not correct, but...
The night comes, heroes. Remember.
Are they gonna try to push us here, or what?
Claim their seed.
If they do, I think we'll just... I don't think they'll win a push here. There we go. There's a kill. And that might be the sort of momentum that we need to just counterattack. And ooh, look at that. Alright, double kill. And now we're gonna push, I think. And I think that's gonna finally be the victory, hopefully. Another 1 second. I do get healing from my long-range attacks. That new artifact system is in play. I really haven't talked much about it with you guys, but it's alright. I don't know. Some people really, really dislike it. I'm not too... we'll see what happens. I don't know. It seems okay. You know, I get what they're trying to do. I also get why people are upset about it. I have friends who aren't thrilled about it because they don't play super often, so having to play all the time to get all these runes isn't a good deal for them. Anyways, this is not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about the artifact system. We're here to show you some gameplay of the siege tank and a long-range assassin build. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That was a fun game, a little back and forth. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.